standing in the middle of the street. Guy standing in a pool of his own vomit in the middle of the street. It always starts with Guy in the middle of the street, standing in his vomit and cradling a crack pipe in his hand. That is how Leslie found him that night, in her car, speeding down Coroner Street at 1 a.m. because she couldn't sleep in the bed she found herself in. Mariah Carey had been on full blast with the windows rolled up because she couldn't stand the cold breeze of the night against her cheeks, against her fingertips. She had been looking ahead at the yellow light, hoping that she could catch it before it turned red, when she saw Guy standing in the middle of the street. At the time, she couldn't see the greenish brown vomit on his shoes or the instrument in his palms, so she stopped her car and looked at him. It was something about the way he looked defeated as he stood, the way his head was thrown back and his eyes were a little wet. It was something about this that made her heart hurt a little. Only as much as a heart can hurt for a complete stranger, that is, standing in the middle of the street. Leslie had rolled her window down and couldn't even feel the needle-like wind. "Are you lost?" she called out to him. But he didn't flinch. He didn't move and he didn't flinch. Do you want to ride home?" Guy was unmoving. Unbeknownst to her, he was staring at the street lamp and thinking about where he would get his next high. Would it be between the legs of another sloppy woman, huddled up by a trash can surrounded by torn clothing and garbage? Or maybe he would throw out the crack pipe and wipe his hands of the high forever. He was broken from his thoughts by an intrusive honking that made him feel like his ears were exploding. He whipped his head around to see a red pickup truck and a small woman behind the wheel. "Sorry, but are you all right?" the small woman called out to him. Guy looked at her for a beat before looking around himself. He hadn't noticed he was standing in the middle of the street. "I haven't gotten robbed yet. I reckon I'm doing pretty well for a man in my condition." Guy offered a small smile when they locked eyes. Leslie was staring at his eyes. She was staring at the way the headlights made his eyes water. Coroner Street. Coroner Street, the sign on the corner reads. Guy squints at it. He can't believe he made it all the way to Coroner Street. "I can take you home with me," Leslie calls out to him before she can stop the words from coming out. Guy looks at her heated up car and thinks he is standing in the middle of the street. In his vomit-soaked shoes and cradling his crack pipe, he nods his head and walks over to the passenger seat. "Thank you."